you first officially to Northwest Stadium. I want to thank everybody for coming out this morning. My name's Mark Fratto. I'm the stadium announcer. Mine's the voice that comes through all the stadium speakers. So I think they wanted to hear how Northwest Stadium would sound coming out of these speakers down here first. So as we know, we're excited to usher in this new era with Northwest Federal Credit Union and the Washington Commanders. A stadium is more than just a venue. It's a cornerstone of the community. It's a place where fans can gather to cheer on their team and get access to world-class entertainment. And I'm excited to join the Washington Commanders and Northwest Federal Credit Union as we officially announce a new multi-year exclusive naming rights agreement for this venue, bringing together two institutions, the Commanders and Northwest, with storied legacies in our region. For generations, both of these organizations have played an integral part in the DMV. Northwest, an active member of our community, offering financial services, support for small businesses, and resources for families in need for more than 75 years. The Commanders have found an ideal partner in Northwest, as they've proven to match the team's hyper-focus on delivering the best experience possible for fans, while making an impact right here at home. Together, Northwest and the Commanders aim to expand our collective efforts and support our common initiatives, namely community programs, educational events, and charitable causes. Before we introduce today's featured speakers, we ask that you please direct your attention to our video monitors throughout the room for a special video presentation.
Washington Commanders flag.
The Commanders and Northwest Federal Credit Union have struck a new naming rights agreement for the football team stadium in Landover, Maryland.
There goes Duran Payne. One of the biggest runs of the season for Robinson. What a catch!
Dominate on three. 1, 2, 3. Dominate!
CEO of Northwest Federal Credit Union, Mr. Jeff Bentley. And managing partner of our Washington Commanders, Josh Harris.
Hey. Nice to see you.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
We're going to get to media questions. We have a couple that were submitted already. Mr. Harris, what was it about Northwest that you were looking for in a partner? Were you looking for a partner specifically in the DMV?
Yeah, so obviously, first of all, I'd like to thank Jeff up here and Winky Burks and the board for trusting us. And, look, I think the more I learned about Northwest, the more I realized that it was a partnership made in heaven, I guess. We had the same vision. Jeff and Winky and Northwest is all about making the DMV a better place, having an impact, a positive impact on the world, have a positive impact on our community. They were founded in, 1947, and they've been doing that for many years. It is a not-for-profit, and I learned that is where you are trying to make money, but then put it back into the community. And truthfully, sports has a massive impact on the community, and so we all, I see Mitch Rails, my partner there, Irvin Johnson. We're all about making the DMV a better place and using the Washington Commanders to really create memories and to help lift people's lives. And so they were an ideal partner for us.
Excellent. And Jeff, for those of us that might not be as familiar, tell us a little bit about Northwest and tell us what made the Commanders an attractive partner for Northwest.
Absolutely. So we were founded in 47, as Josh referenced.
I know a lot about Northwest.
Yeah. We've been talking. So we are a credit union, and a lot of people don't know the difference between credit unions and banks. Banks have shareholders. They're for-profit, and they focus on that profit to give it back to shareholders. Credit unions are unique in that we have members. We don't have a stock price or shareholders. And so we're not focused on profits. We're focused on helping people. And the intent and the reason this partnership works for us is because we have a limited reach. A lot of people have never heard of Northwest. And with the Commanders' presence and the reach that they have, partnering up with them, having the same values, helping people, we're going to be able to exponentially expand our reach, which will then bring more people into the tent. And hopefully, even at Northwest Stadium, they will see Northwest and wonder, okay, who is that? What are they about? And they'll look and they'll see all the good things that we're doing in the community, and they'll want to join us in that. And so we think that this partnership is going to be wonderful, not just for both of the Commanders and Northwest, but the DMV.
And focusing on that, Josh and Jeff, do you guys have any plans for synergies within the community? Any new projects? Anything in mind?
Yeah, absolutely. So we're already doing a whole bunch of stuff with Northwest. We're already, in essence, teaching reading and giving away books to kids that are less fortunate. Certainly during Thanksgiving, we're working with Northwest to to make people happy and enjoy Thanksgiving in a way that they wouldn't otherwise be. They're just, they don't have the money to do that. And then we're going to do a whole lot of other things. Jeff is joining the board of the Commanders Foundation, which is really important to us. My wife chairs it, so I have to do a shout out to Marjorie Harris. And, look, the sky's the limit. I mean, I think we're just getting started, and I'm looking forward to really doing a lot of different things with Northwest.
Yeah, and we, as Josh referenced, we did the Commanders reads, and there's 600 elementary school kids, and it's really fun. And we have some of the legend players out there, and so it's just phenomenal for a lot of these kids. Would never have this kind of exposure, and so again, the things that they're already doing in the community for us to partner with. And in the Northwest Stadium today, we're hosting the Herndon High School football team. Again, a group that probably will never get to see an NFL game. They're able to do that with our partnership. And so there's a lot of that synergy out there that's really going to have a positive impact in the DMV. And we're so excited to be a part of it.
Outstanding. We're going to open things up now to
And I would just like
questions.
to, again, thank Jeff and Winky and the Northwest Board for having the vision to understand, unless you're in sports, you don't realize how powerful it is, right? And how, bringing the Herndon High School to a game, like that's probably something that they'll remember the rest of their lives and how impactful it is. And we appreciate that this is a really big and important thing for Northwest. So I just want to thank you all for trusting us, and we will deliver. So thank you again.
We're going to open things up to questions from reporters right now. We're going to start in the third row on the right with Nikki Javala from the Washington Post. We have a microphone headed your way, Nikki.
Hi, Josh. Did you receive multiple offers for the naming rights, including one that would carry over to the next stadium? And if so, why did you ultimately decide to do this deal with Northwest?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, probably not appropriate to go into specifics there, but we had various people that were interested, and certainly certain of them wanted to carry it over, if you will. But we felt that Northwest, because of its its mission, right? We thought they were the best partner for us.
Next question, same area, John.
How, Josh, in your experience dealing with building arenas or just having to deal with naming rights, how did that help you maybe formulate your decision to go with Northwest and what you were looking for this time?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to have a local, if ideally, right, you have a local company, a local brand that means something in the community, and then that's locally focused, right? It doesn't always work out the way. I mean, some of the naming rights are very, high profile and, can be expensive, right? So it's hard to necessarily accomplish that, but in this case, we were able to pull it off thanks to Northwest. So, obviously, having experience doing these things, I've never, truthfully, frankly, I haven't been through a naming rights deal. So this was a first for me also, but certainly, in many cases, they go to big brands, right? And here we were able to get a company that is really local and focused locally, so that was really important.
Staying on the right side, Jacqueline.
Yeah, you said that you were looking for
We got a little volume for you.
Okay, so you said you were looking forward to other things. We're just wondering, in terms of sponsorship, what else we might be able to expect out of the sponsorship? What other projects with the Commanders we could see?
Well, I think what we're talking about is charitably, right? And obviously, we just relaunched the foundation. You're going to see some fun events, which hopefully will draw people in. The board is participating significantly in funding the foundation right now, which is our pleasure. And I'd say there are, kind of 3 different pillars. Obviously, using sports, flag football to lift kids and communities. So flag football is an incredible sport, right? It gets a lot of people involved in football. And then obviously service, honoring the service providers. And then what I call economic empowerment, intergenerational wealth creation. So taking kids and young adults and allowing them to create jobs so that they can, or get jobs that they wouldn't otherwise be getting, so that they can then have families and pass that along and create intergenerational wealth. And so that's what we're focusing on. And I mean, obviously Northwest should talk about what they're focusing on, but there's going to be a lot of intersection, and we're just getting started with all this.
Next question's center aisle on the left side. Ben?
Hi, good morning. Jeff, a question for you. Obviously, part of what's going on here is a massive change in the organization across the board, including from ownership on down. If this had been an opportunity a few years ago, is this something you would even have considered, or is the fact that with Josh leading this new group that became a much more attractive deal for you?
Yeah, we were always looking for opportunities to expand our brand. Again, we're partnered with the Science Center, and so we're focused on kids and STEM education, and so we actually do an event with the Commanders through the Science Center. And there's a litany of things that we are focused on. It never came together before, so we did have some conversations with the former owners, and it just wasn't a good culture match with Josh and the owners today. It really meshes well with what we're trying to accomplish. And a lot of people don't know this, but just down the road from our headquarters in Herndon, we're in some of the richest counties in the country, but there's an elementary school that has 36 kids that are homeless. I mean, you don't think about that kind of stuff. There's real need in our community. And so we do a great job of trying to fill those voids and help where we can. But if we can expand our membership and have more people coming to us through the relationship we have with the Commanders, and they have a phenomenal reach compared to what our reach is. Think about that group of people coming in and seeing what we're trying to do and partnering with us and helping us, joining the credit union. And by the way, we have great products and services. I mean, that's the beauty of this. You get a win for that, and you get a win for helping the community. That's why this makes so much sense for us. And it was a truly perfect storm in a good way that allowed this to happen. So we're so excited. I think it's going to be a win for everybody.
We have time for about 2 more questions. We have one in the back on the right. Ben has the microphone. Let's see if we can pass it over. Thank you.
Jordan Monront, ESPN Richmond. This is a question for Josh. The last few years have been so much about this being a new era in Washington football. With this name change, how much do you feel like this is sort of like the final chapter in which we're shifting away from the old and bringing in something new?
Yeah, I don't think this is listen, I think I'm super appreciative of Northwest and what a great partnership, but I think we're just getting started. I mean, there's a lot to do, and we're going to be, obviously when you walk around the stadium, you'll see lots of things that are changed, but we're going to keep doing that. You'll keep seeing that. Obviously, we're hopeful that we get another win today, and we beat the Giants, so I started winning some football games, and then you'll see all kinds of different things going on relative to the customer experience, and so all those things are going to keep going, and we're just beginning.
Is there a final question for Josh or Jeff? If you have one, raise your hand. With no more questions, we want to thank Jeff Bentley and Josh Harris for
Thank you, guys.
taking
Let's
our
go.
questions
Thank
today.
you.
Beat the Giants.